Time now for StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. Luis Castillo in his first postseason performance with the Seattle Mariners was unbelievable. The average miles per hour in his four-seam fastball at levels we had never seen before. Castillo has really become the dominant form of himself. Now, remember, he's known for having one of the best right-handed changeups in the game. He only threw 17 changeups.
Didn't need it
in that start because his fastball was at triple digits throughout most of his starts. So they're going to lean on him, and he needs to be great against Framber Valdez, the other pitcher in the Houston Astros, after that heartbreaker. Would you say, as we look back at the trade acquisitions that are still left this postseason, that he's number one most impactful?
No doubt. I mean, if you look at what he did in the Toronto series already and what he's going to do to Houston, this is win or lose for the Mariners. I mean, you can't go down 0-2 and think you're going to beat the Astros. This is a huge game. But his stuff was electric, Greg. Look at the movement that he had on his ball. And it was almost a sneaky move because they got him really from a lot of bidders. They went all in on him, and then they turned around and locked him up for $100 million for 5 years right after that. Beautiful move.
It was smart. As for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Craig Kimbrell left off the postseason roster. I don't think that's what they were thinking about when they acquired Chris Martin from the Chicago Cubs. Now you have a 36-year-old guy who's got 9 career saves in his big league career, and he's your closer? What do you think of that?
Well, they weren't afraid to pitch Rich Hill and starting him, right? He was 40-something when he was doing it. Now here, this guy's at 36. Look, he's been an impactful pitcher for a number of years now. You remember the Braves made that run a couple years ago before they won last year, and one of the reasons they felt like they lost in 2020 was because he got injured. This guy is durable. He can attack. He throws strikes.
He does. 34 strikeouts and 1 walk with the Dodgers.
Reliable is the key to him. And if you look at the Dodgers, they're more transformed on the defensive side. They catch the baseball. They didn't do a whole lot in this game, in Game 1 against Game 2 against the Padres, but they catch the baseball, and that's why he's effective.
Are you going to take him in the 9th inning or the Padres guy?
Well, I don't know.
You're going to take Josh Hader.
You go ask the Padres guy.
Because Chris Young thinks Josh Hader is an impactful
ask the Padres
trade
guy.
Acquisition. You got Hader and Bader. I saw what you did. Let's start with the closer of the Padres. Would you say he's the most impactful trade acquisition?
I think he's the guy that the Padres knew they couldn't win without. Yeah, he had a little tough stretch in Milwaukee that he was going through, and even when he started with the Padres, it didn't look like he was going to be able to find his form. But the Padres knew if we get him even halfway right, he's going to be our 9th inning guy, and we literally can't win without him. Seeing him close out that wild card series against the Mets, he was throwing over 100 miles an hour. This is something that he's never done before. You were talking about it earlier. He was a 94 and 95 guy. He has the adrenaline flowing. He has his confidence high, and with him, he's the pop that they need to be able to take it all the way.
Pop at the bottom of the order is something the Yankees were missing. Harrison Bader was able to provide that. But more importantly, what he brings defensively, Yankee fans are going to fall in love with this local product.
And he was that under-the-radar guy that everybody really couldn't understand. What did the Yankees see in this guy? Why would you give up Jordan Montgomery for a defensive player that's hurt right now? What can he bring to us? But they knew what they were doing. Right now, Montgomery probably wouldn't be pitching in their starting rotation in the playoffs. He didn't pitch for the Cardinals in the starting rotation, but Bader has been amazing defensively. Just got his first home run with this hometown guy from the Bronx doing his thing, went deep, playing amazing defense, and he can be that guy that really helps give him some depth at the bottom of that lineup and make some big defensive plays for him.
He does look like he's at home.